Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got episode number 30 of the Los Angeles Angels franchise mode here on MLB 21, the show, and Jose Berrios is injured. So the injuries never stop for the Angels. He's got a fractured arm and he's out for 1 to 2 months. So we don't have a starting pitcher or a fifth starting pitcher, and yeah, I'm taking Max Scherzer. I don't know. I'm taking a 70 overall 38-year-old Max Scherzer to be a starting pitcher on this team. Why? Just because name value, ticket sales, and it's Max Scherzer. So the future Hall of Famer is now going to be an Angel potentially for the rest of his career as we now look on to the end of the season, and it is the trade deadline. We are done making trades, but other teams around the league are making trades. Cody Hosey is traded to the Cubs for Kevin Biggio. Noah Syndergaard is out of the division. The Rangers give up on Syndergaard after only 2 years. He is now going to the nation's capital to play for the Washington Nationals, and the final trade will be Brady Singer leaving the Royals and on to the Bronx to now play for the Yankees. All right, back now to the sim though. We are just okay. Again, we are hanging on to that second spot in the wild card race, trying to maybe contend for that division title, but it's looking more likely like we will be trying to get that wild card spot. Again, playing the Red Sox, and Shohei Ohtani's out for 2 weeks. We cannot avoid the injuries on this team. I don't know what's up with their trainer. Does he not know? I don't know what's going on. So Ohtani will be back in a couple weeks, but we do now have to rest him. Berrios is probably going to be out until September, to late September, so that sucks. But we're still only 4.5 games back of Oakland in the division, and we are still 2.5 games above the New York Yankees in the wild card race, and I believe we are only a half game behind the Houston Astros for that number 1 seed, or the number 4 seed overall, but the number 1 seed in the wild card race as well. So in today's episode, we are going to be taking on the Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles are currently 43-69. While the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim are currently sitting at a record of 61-51, and we will see Mad Max Scherzer heading to the mound tonight for the Angels. I know I did the same thing in the Padres series. I brought in Scherzer, I believe, in year 3 of that series, but again, there was no other pitchers in free agency. I decided to bring in Scherzer. I think it'll be fun for a little bit until Jose Berrios does come back. Luis Patino is going to be pitching tonight for the Orioles. 1-15 record this year with an 8 ERA. I think it's time to go crazy, guys. Corey Seager first in the 2-2 will strike out on the fastball away, so Patino will get the first out of this ball game. Now Mike Trout comes up on the full count, and Trout's going to strike out as well. Fastball away, 2 up, 2 down for Luis Patino, and now Anthony Rendon in the 2-2 is going to strike out as well. Okay, Luis Patino strikes out this side, and he takes on Max Scherzer here tonight. After 2 starts, Scherzer is 0-1 with an ERA of 5. I think he can pick up that first win here tonight. Let's hope, because the Orioles are not very good. And he will see Christopher Cespedes first. The prospect will hit that ball right to third base, and Anthony Rendon's going to pull Abreu off the line. Alright, so it's going to be an error. Runner on first now on the 1-2 count. That ball is going to be hit into right field, and Jameson Hanna will fly out to Brandon Marsh for the first out of the inning. Now the former Royal and Philly comes up. It's Maikel Franco, and Franco's going to strike out on that pitch away, the curveball by Scherzer. And now Brandon Rogers comes up with 2 outs, and Scherzer strikes him out with the slider. So we now go to the top of the second, where leading it off will be Marcell Ozuna, and the All-Star will hit that ball against the shift into right field. He gets jammed on a fastball. He's very late on it. And yeah, Ozuna will be on with a leadoff double. He's upstanding. And now Jose Abreu comes up on the 1-2, and he strikes out on the slider away. So Luis Patino is dealing early in this ballgame. He's already got 4 strikeouts with 4 outs. But finally, this one will be an out into left field. Brandon Marsh is going to fly out, and that would be the second out here in the top of the second as David Fletcher now comes up on the 2-2 count. Fletcher, did he hope in time? No, he did not. Okay. So, yeah, Luis Patino, 5 strikeouts in 2 innings. What are we doing? I mean, that's probably the most he's ever had in 1 game. It probably is, as Max Scherzer will force that pop out right there for the first out in the bottom of the second. Now in the 1-2, Scherzer's going to get the strikeout on the fastball up and in. So 2 gone now in the inning for Adam Frazier on the 2-1, and Frazier's going to rip that ball into right field, but in right field it will be Brandon Marsh. That'll do it for the bottom of the second. We now go to the top of the third, where Willie Calhoun is up on the 2-2 count, and Calhoun hits that ball into right center field, and it is caught in center right by Jameson Hanna. And now up to the plate will be the catcher. Getting the start tonight, of course, is Francisco Alvarez over Keibert Ruiz. That'll be the second out the inning, and now Corey Seager's up on the 3-1. He draws the walk on that fastball away, so runner on first here with 2 outs for Mike Trout on the full count. Trout's gonna lift that ball deep into left center field. Can that ball get down in center? Oh, what a play made in center field again by Jameson Hanna, and we're still tied at 0. Max Scherzer back out to the bump here in the bottom of the third, and he will force that ground out right there. Corey Seager with the play, so one gone in the inning for Chance Sisco on the 1-2, and he hits that ball right to the first base line and straight to the former MVP, Jose Abreu. Two gone in the inning for Christopher Cespedes on the 3-1, and he draws the walk on the slider away. So runner on first here with two down in the inning for Jamison Hanna. 3-2 count for Scherzer. That ball's gonna be hit on the ground right to Tony Two Bags. Anthony Rendon puts him away, and Baltimore still looking for that first hit off of a 38-year-old Max Scherzer. Anthony Rendon leads off the top of the fourth, and he's gonna pull that fastball into left field, but it is caught in left by Kike Hernandez. One gone in the inning for Marcell Ozuna on the 1-2. Ozuna is going to elevate that changeup, but it will be caught in center field again by Hanna. Two down in the inning for Jose Abreu. On the 1-1 count, Abreu is going to hit that fastball into right field. It will be caught into right, but at least finally the Angels are connecting off of Patino in this game. At least they're not striking out every single damn time. And speaking of strikeouts, down goes Maikel Franco. Strikeout by Scherzer, his fourth of the ball game. Now Brendan Rodgers is going to strike on the slider. Give him 5 in the game, and now Will Wilson comes up on the 2-2. Scherzer strikes out the side. Let's go to the top of the 5th inning. It's a pitcher's battle here tonight. If I were to tell you, like during yesterday's video, that weird game in San Francisco against the Giants, that in the next episode we'd be doing a pitcher's battle or pitcher's duel with Max Scherzer and Luis Patino, yeah, you would laugh, but we got Max Scherzer on the bump, and he's dealing. And same with Luis Patino. I didn't see this one coming. And now Willie Calhoun, by the way, is DHing for the time being with Shohei out, and he's going to fly that one out into left field. We're on to the bottom of the 5th. The Angels cannot get Max Scherzer any run support, and there's going to be a base knock right there for the Orioles to lead off the inning as Adam Frazier now comes up on the 2-2, and Frazier's going to hit that ball into deep right field, but going back on it will be Brandon Marsh for first out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Now the plate is Kike Hernandez on the 1-2 count. The veteran's going to strike out on the slider away by Mad Max. Two gone in the inning for Chance Sisco on the 3-2, and the catcher's going to hit that ball right to second base. What a play by David Fletcher to get there. He's going to make the turn. He's got him. We go to the top of the 6th, still tied at 0, and Francisco Alvarez is going to lead off the inning, and he's going to just hit that ball on the ground right to second base for the first out of the inning. By the way, you know Francisco Alvarez apparently in real life is batting like 545 in low A ball this year. I didn't know that, just looked it up, and Corey Seager's going to get on right there at the error. Is that Joey Bart at first base? I don't think it is, but it is going to be an error at first, and now with one out in the inning, Mike Trout's going to fly that ball out into left field. Two down now in the inning for Tony Two Bags. Anthony Rendon on the 1-2 count. He will pull that inside changeup into left field, but it will be caught in left, and the Angels have gone 6 scoreless innings against Luis Patino, the guy who had an ERA of 8 coming into this ball game. But Max Scherzer, another strikeout. Curveball down's got him. Now Jamison Hanna is up on the 2-1. He hits that ball up the middle, and that will be a base knock. I do believe the Orioles' second of the ball game. So runner on first here with one out for Maikel Franco on the 2-1. That ball is going to be into right field, and Brandon Marsh is there for the second out of the inning. Now to the plate will be Brendan Rodgers, the former Rocky, on the 2-2. Hits that ball right back to the mound. Max Scherzer is going to make the play. We now move to the top of the 7th inning where Marcell Ozuna is leading it off on the 2-2, and they're going to say he struck out as well on the slider away. I mean, Luis Patino, just absolute baller so far in this game, and Jose Abreu is going to hit that slider into center field. It's going to be caught, and yeah, Patino's a pitch away from going 7 shutout innings against a potential playoff team in the Angels, but there's Brandon Marsh. I mean, professional hitter Brandon Marsh going to pick up that base knock. He's going to be on first base. You know, David Fletcher's up on the 1-1. He's going to take a strike. Marsh going to try, still second, and he's thrown out by Sisco. Oh my goodness, we're on the bottom of the 7th, and Max Scherzer's still pitching in this game. He's going to get Will Wilson to ground that ball out right to Anthony Rendon for the first out of the inning. Now up to the plate will be Diaz on the 1-1. That ball's going to be into the infield again. Rendon's going to call off Seager, and Tony's going to make the play. So we got 2 gone in the inning now for Adam Frazier. The second baseman's going to hit that ball into center field. He's going to have a 2-out base knock. We will see what the Angels will do. Scherzer's still in the game for Kike Hernandez on the 3-1, and Scherzer walks him on the cutter away. So we're going to bring in a new pitcher. It's going to be AJ Minter, the former Brave. So it's tough for Scherzer. He will get a no decision or potentially a loss in this game. Let's see if we can get him off the hook right now with AJ Minter. He will strike out Chance Sisco on the changeup down. So a tremendous performance by Max Scherzer. He goes 6 2/3, but unfortunately there will be no win for him tonight. And same with Luis Patino. It's a pitcher's battle, but both of their offenses cannot get anything going for them. And now we will go on to a relievers game as David Fletcher is going to lead lead off the top of the 8th, and he's gonna fly that ball out into left field. So we got 1 gone for Willie Calhoun on the 2-2, and Calhoun just can't catch up to the 97-mile-an-hour fastball. In on the hands, he strikes out, and now Francisco Alvarez is on the 2-1. He will barely hit that ball into center field. That ball will not bleed, though. It is caught into center field, and we now go to the bottom of the 8th inning where AJ Minter is still pitching for LA. He will pick up the first out right there as that ball has hit right to right field. Brandon Marsh is there to make the play. Now James Hanna is going to strike out on the changeup. Down 2 gone now in the inning for Michael Franco on the 1-2. That's strike 3. It catches the high and inside corner. We go to the top of the 9th, tied at 0 runs apiece, and Corey Seager is going to ground out to start the inning. Again, both offenses have been ice cold here tonight. Say what you want, is it the pitching? I do not know, and Mike Trout striking out again. Another strikeout for Trout looking in this game, and Anthony Rendon, though, is going to rip that ball into left field. That ball gets down. Anthony Rendon's going to have himself a 2-out extra base knock as he is in at second base. So base knock could take the lead for the Angels. They walked Marcell Ozuna and put him on first base, so Jose Abreu's up with runners on first and second. Full count, runners going, and on the changeup away, Abreu's going to get popped down to right field. And we go to the bottom of the 9th inning where the Orioles have a chance to walk off the Angels, and Raciel Iglesias is coming out to pitch. ERA of 3.34 so far in the season, over 32 appearances. His first batter will be Brendan Rodgers on the 3-2, and Iglesias will get him to strike out on the slider away, so 1 gone in the inning for Will Wilson. On the 1-2, he hits that ball right on the ground to first, and at first base is Jose Abreu. 2 gone in the inning, and now the plate will be Yusniel Diaz on the 3-2. Did he go, Mr. Umpire? Wow, okay, apparently he did not. So runner on first with 2 outs for Adam Frazier, the 2-2, and he strikes out. Fastball up and in by Iglesias. We are going on to extra innings, and pitching for the Orioles will be Joe Willard. ERA of 3.83 so far this season, over 47 games and 47 innings. His first batter's Brandon Marsh, and that's nasty. Lefty, slurve away, strikes out Marsh. 1 gone out for David Fletcher. Fletcher is that ball into left field, it gets down. Runner coming around third, going to home is Jose Abreu. Abreu's in and Fletcher's in as well. Unfortunately, that was all the Angels could get in that inning, but they do take a 1-run lead heading into the bottom of the 10th, and Jordan Hicks has been almost perfect so far as joining the Los Angeles Angels. Let's see if he can get this save right now. Kike Hernandez, the first batter on the 1-1, hits that ball into shallow center field, perfect. Mike Trout is there, runner cannot advance. He stays put at second base for Chance Cisco now. On the 1-2, Cisco strikes out the fastball away. 2 gone in the inning. Hicks is an out away from getting the job done, and that ball is going to be lined to first base. Jose Abreu makes the play. Down goes Christopher Cespedes, and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim will go on the road. They pick up the win here at Camden Yards and improve their record to 62-51 here on the season. It only took them 4 hits to win this game, but it was enough since the Orioles only had 3. What a gem by both starting pitchers, of course, Luis Patino and Max Scherzer, and in the end, it was that clutch base knock in the top of the 10th inning by David Fletcher to score Jose Abreu, and that was the only run scored right there on the screen right there. That was the only run scored in tonight's video, and Jordan Hicks doing what he is paid to do, get saves in big spots, and he certainly delivered here tonight, giving the Angels their 62nd win on the season. And folks, thank God for watching episode number 30 of the Los Angeles Angels franchise mode here in MLB 21 the show. If you have not yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below for more, and Mamba forever.